I am Patricia Morgan. I go by Patty, and my rank was AE1 AW MTS, and that is an Aviation Electrician's Mate First Class. I was also Air Warfare Qualified, and I was also a Master Training Specialist. Well, I worked on the P3, and it's a wonderful plane. I was sorry to see it go. It's an awesome type aircraft. And that was my specialty. I liked the P3. And that's how I can state that I spent 20 years in the United States Navy, never attached to a ship, never pulled away from a pier, because I worked on a land-based aircraft. I heard the stories from the men that were aboard ships, and I can remember one, AE2 Thurston at the time, and he was saying how it was just cramped, and that the hardest thing for him was pulling away from the ship, or pulling away from the pier, leaving his family there. And he said the best day ever was the day we pulled back in and we got to be with our family again. And I could not myself imagine being away from my family for 6 to 9 months. I flew on the aircraft quite a few times, going to lodges, air resorts. From there I did do a 3-hour shopping trip over to Rota, Spain, and we came back. But it was only 3 hours in Rota. And I also went to Hawaii, which we went from here at Pax River to Whidbey Island, and then from Whidbey we went over to Hawaii, Barbers Point, Hawaii. On the way back we came from Barbers Point, landed in San Diego, and then came back home. So, yeah, I flew on the aircraft quite a few times. Being that I worked on the same platform aircraft, we basically saw the same things, but there was different things, the changes that had come out. I worked on what we called an AOA indicator. That was an angle of attack. And when I first started working on this, it had a relay up at the top of it, and it went back and forth, just back and forth. When that went out of balance, it was extremely difficult to tweak it back in. Well, some time after I started working on these, someone from, I believe it was Lockheed, had come over, and they asked about this indicator and what would I change, and I told them that relay. After, I believe it was the C model came out, and I opened up the AOA indicator to work on it, and it no longer had that relay at the top. It was now an electronic balance in there. And so that was pretty neat to see that. Not only that, but to know that I probably had at least 2 cents worth of idea in there, so that they needed to change that for that indicator.